Big expectations. Playoffs, absolutely expected. World Series, we hope. Championship, we hope. But we'll see. I mean, it's going to take a long time to know that, not until really October. But there's an awful lot to get into today. Your expectations, your sense of excitement, enthusiasm, concern. Where are you at on opening day 2025? We want to hear from you at 215-592-9494. And also, a lot of parts to this show today. It'll include in studio with us Ben Davis. Scott Fransky will join the show. Jason Kelsey will join the show. Little Phil's, Little Eagles with Jason. Look, all of it with you on the phone lines, 215-592-9494. Richie Rich.
Hello, Joe.
Hello there, Johnny.
Monaco's military orchestra has more musicians than its army has soldiers.
Doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't, John. I was there a couple years ago. It is small, and I don't know.
That's right. I forgot
really
about that.
Small.
It is very tiny.
Yeah. No, that does not. Yeah.
But it's wow. It's the only country going that they got 85 musicians versus 82 soldiers.
Yeah.
So you're saying invade Monaco?
I guess if you want a country or a principality or. I guess whatever it's
I don't know what it is.
Considered.
It's one of my favorite places
ever. It is considered
ever.
a country, I think.
It's its own country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's its own country. That was one of my favorite places ever.
Wow.
You know who grew up
Really?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite ever. You know who grew up a Phillies fan, John?
I just never thought of Monaco. I'm
Come on.
guessing.
Who from Monaco grew up as
Princess Stephanie?
Grace!
Princess
Grace!
Grace. Daughter.
There
Come
we
on,
go.
man.
All right.
Yeah,
Both
Phillies
of them.
fan.
Are you
Phillies
sure
fan.
she's from here? But you sure she grew up a Phillies fan? Or you just making it up?
What, an A's fan? Maybe she.
Maybe
Hey,
she-
listen.
you never know, right?
She might have been an A's
Your
fan.
dad might have been a big
My
A's fan.
mom was a bigger A's fan.
My
because-
grandfather was a massive A's fan, like massive.
Yeah, for the youngins out there, if you don't know, here was the deal back in the day. The A's would win and the Phillies would lose, so like A's. All right, good morning to you. Hey, here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't 1942 anymore where the Phillies would enter a season with like, it's over before it begins. This one certainly is not that. Look, talk to us, guys. This is your last chance to get on the record here on WIP, not just our show, but the next couple of hours before the start of the season, which is in about 10 hours. And it's the Phils and the Nationals. It's going to be Zach Wheeler. You know, he's obviously been one of the great Phils of all time. He really has. He's really been spectacular. So what is top of mind for you, your focus, and obviously your excitement level at 215-592-9494? John, here's where I'm at. Phillies are a great team. I expect them to make the playoffs. I'll really be incredibly surprised if they don't. I don't take it for granted like it's a guarantee, but, you know, let's be real. It would be a pretty damn big shock if they don't. They absolutely should make the playoffs, barring catastrophic injury, and I mean multiple players. Barring that, they absolutely should make the playoffs. No, it's a loaded division, and in many ways that makes it fun.
And the National League is much better than the American League.
There's a lot. So it's gonna be fun to watch the Phillies, the Braves, and the Mets to see how they battle it out. I'm going to enjoy the ride. Now, it doesn't mean at times I'm not going to get really frustrated because I know at times I will, and that'll be warranted at times. I know there's a lot of people saying, I'll wait till October. That's not me. I'm going to enjoy the next 6 months in part because, for instance, as I referenced earlier, people like my mom grew up not being a Phillies fan because they always stunk. They're a good team. I think they're a great team. I know there's a lot of people that judge this year and judge most years as a pass-fail. Does my team win a championship? Yes, pass. No, fail. It's not quite the way I view it. It really isn't. But that's not to say that I don't have a burning freaking desire for this team to win it all. Of course I do. They have a real shot. You're not going to have prime or near prime Bryce Harper and Zach Wheeler forever. And I still think these guys are enough in their prime that they can lead the Phillies there. But they're going to need help. They're going to need a better Trey Turner. They're going to need Aaron Nola to come through in a big playoff spot more the way he did in 2022 and less the way he did last year. You're going to need Castellanos to be more consistent. You want Stott and Bohm to develop more. And you want Rob Thompson to make the right calls at the right time. And, by the way, drive them. Drive them. Drive them. Push them. At times, if necessary, bench them. So I'm excited. I'm enthused. I am anticipatory of what I think will be a really fun year and one that I certainly hope involves a lot more glory at the end, like the Eagles, than what happened with the Phillies last year. Look, talk to us today, 215-592-9494. John, your focus, your thoughts. What do you got, my man?
We got a team of veterans who know what to expect when the time comes. And what I'm talking about is the postseason. And I think for this team, the fourth time's the charm. The fourth time's the charm for the Philadelphia Phillies. I feel confident that we're going to win a lot of games in the regular season, but we all know what really matters is once we get to that second season, I think that they respect this manager. I think that matters a lot. I think they're going to go get this. I think the focus especially. I love things like yesterday. We're talking to Ruben, and he's reminding us about Trey Turner's work ethic defensively, working with Bobby Dickerson and getting screamed at. And I love that. He's getting coached hard defensively on top of everything else. On top of the focus on the leadoff thing. Yep. I thought that was just music to my ears because I feel like that can't be an isolated incident, that just one guy is getting coached hard. This is a group of veterans who are grizzled. They are ticked off about the way it all ended the last 3 times. Yeah. And they're ready to go prove to everyone that they are the best team going.
They could be an angry bunch in a very good way.
I think so.
They really could be.
Absolutely.
Because they haven't
People
dealt with
are
the scoring.
Worried about
fans. Fans scoring. This is new territory for this crew.
It's a big deal. I love the focus. I love the blinders-on approach that it feels like this team is taking. And I know it's been quiet. I know that it's an offseason that has been marred by inactivity for some. Yep. It's a really good core group that we augmented. I like the additions, and I think we're better for them. And then you got Jose Alvarado, so the guys who are still here playing like we've never seen before. That's a real boost when you got that. I think I am, like I said, so excited about the fourth time up, the fourth time through, being better than the last 3. Yeah. Just because it naturally they will have more reps. They'll be more experienced. You got a group of guys who really do understand what they need to do to improve upon the last 3 trips to the postseason.
Speaking of improvement, I'll say this. I think the Phillies are better than last year.
Sure.
I think the Luzardo and Kepler thing makes them better, and I'd like to think the sting of last year will help them be better. But let me be clear, guys.
Kepler's legit.
Well, he's pretty good. To be better, though, it's pretty high standard, guys. They won 95 games last year. And I know that kind of got obscured by the way it ended in the final 4 months of the season. But 95, I mean...
What about being better, but winning 94 games? Well, that's possible.
That's possible,
winning
too.
less games.
Go further in the playoffs, obviously.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
I'm fine with losing the division. I'm fine with winning less games than last year. The postseason is all that matters for us. It's all that matters for this team.
Well, I won't say it's all that matters, but it matters the most. It matters the most.
The end goal matters the most.
But I do want to enjoy the regular season. I mean, that's me. Like, if they win 92 games and lose the division by 4, like, I'm not going to freak out. I mean, I want to enjoy that. I mean, guys, with the Sixers and Flyers, what they've been giving us, I want to enjoy that. Now, let me tell you, in my opinion, the two main things. Here we go. One is players, the other is manager. Here we go. Number 1 point of emphasis from me, and I think it's pretty clear in spring training it was for them. Number 1, offensive approach at the plate. Come on, guys. This is the main thing we're all going to be looking at when we watch this game today. Do my players look a little different at the plate? Taking a little more pitch, not fishing, Stott not swinging at the stuff high, Castellanos not swinging at the stuff low and away. Like, different approach at the plate, put the ball in play, less strikeouts. Hey, maybe a little bit less focus on hitting home runs, maybe less home runs, maybe more doubles, maybe more stolen bases, maybe more hit and runs. Approach at the plate. That's number 1. I think we all know that. Number 2, for me, point of emphasis that I'll be watching. Rob Thompson's approach. Will he be quicker to call players out? Will he be quicker to bench them? How will he handle it if they are not making the proper adjustments? That's the 1-2 punch. Because to me, they're the 2 main things that are necessary, other than, of course, you hope you stay healthy. We all know that. And by the way, for the most part, they have. For the most part, they have in these 3 years. Bryce has had some serious injury. There's no question about that. But, I mean, let's be real. Come playoff time, their players have played. Now, sometimes they've been banged up there like last October. But it's not like Bryce hasn't played in the playoffs. Not like Wheeler hasn't played in the playoffs. Not like Nola hasn't played in the playoffs. So, yes, you hope you stay healthy. But my main two, I want to see it. And Trey Turner is like totally the poster boy for this whole thing. Because he is the guy that can fluctuate the most from being average or below average. I mean, there have been stretches where he has been below average. If he goes out there and hits 230, that stinks. And then he can go out there and hit 330. He is the poster boy for all of this as a player. Castellanos has a role. Stott has a role. JT's declining, but he's got a role a little bit in there as well. Okay? And boom. But then how does Rob Thompson handle it? 215-592-9494. All right, your thoughts on all of this. What do you make of it? It is opening day.